And in our top business story, anti-poverty charity Oxfam has said that more than half the world's wealth will be owned by just 1% of the population by next year as global inequality soars. In a report released on Monday, Oxfam said the top tier had seen their share of wealth increase from 44% in 2009 to 48% in 2014. On current trends, it will exceed 50% in 2016. Oxfam used data from the Credit Suisse Global Wealth Datebook 2013 and 14 and the Forbes Billionaires list to compile its research. The richest 80 individuals in the world had the same wealth as the poorest 50% of the entire population, some 3.5 billion people, according to Oxfam. This was an even bigger concentration at the top than a year ago, when half the world's wealth was in the hands of 85 of the ultra-rich. Meanwhile, Oxfam stated that members of the top 1% had an average wealth of $2.7 million per adult. The report went on to state that the bulk of the world's remaining wealth was owned by the rest of the richest fifth, while the other 80% shared just 5.5% of the pot, equaling an average wealth of $3,851 per adult. Multinationals investing in renewable energy is increasing and already reaping its benefits. That's according to a recent report released by the Climate Group in partnership with CDP and supported by IRENA on the sidelines of the Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week on Monday. The RE100 is a global initiative that aims to get 100 of the world's most influential companies to commit to 100% renewable power within a specified timeline. Through the launch of the first RE100 report, Renewable Power, the Journey to 100%, the Climate Group hopes to encourage local businesses to join. At present, 15 multinationals from a wide range of sectors such as Philips, H&M, Mars and Nestlé have publicly committed to go 100% renewable. IKEA, for instance, has committed to match 100% of their energy use with their own renewable energy generation by 2020 and have allocated 1.5 billion euros to achieve this goal.
Some are choosing to invest directly into wind and solar, for example. Mars and IKEA have both made huge investments into solar and also just recently announced major investments into wind as well. Mars has announced a 200 megawatt wind project in the US, which will basically cover all of its US operations by renewable power, which is pretty impressive. There are other organizations that are going 100% renewable by getting into an agreement with power providers. So, for example, Nestlé are working with a Mexican company to provide 85% of Mexican operations power from wind.
The RE100 report revealed that the most popular renewable power technology for corporate is solar PV. It also shows that the heavy industry, construction and manufacturing sectors are the biggest investors in renewable, led by those in Europe. Meanwhile, consumer products, manufacturing and heavy industry sectors are getting the best financial returns.
Firstly, big multinationals are looking into renewable power because they see it makes really good business sense. The report demonstrates that internal returns on investment are everything up to 18%, which is pretty competitive in terms of some of their mainstream investments. So businesses are seeing the shift, not only because it makes good financial sense in the context of their internal investment, but also because it gives them better security in the long term. They can control their price in the context of long-term energy contracts, and also in terms of aligning their business strategies with their strategies to become more sustainable and recognise that this is actually benefits a broad range of social and environmental issues, as well as actually the bottom line for a lot of these organisations.
The majority of residents in the UAE are facing the prospect of a shortfall in their retirement savings, as major life events and the high cost of living are holding them back from preparing for life after work, according to a recent HSBC study. HSBC's The Future of Retirement 2015 report has revealed that for nearly 9 in 10 people in the country, saving for retirement is not a main priority, as a result of which more than half, 55% of the working age population feels inadequately prepared for life after work. This year's research shows that over two-thirds, 71% of pre-retirees in the UAE worry about having enough money to live day to day, and 68% fear that they will run out of money after they stop working. Additionally, nearly 1 in 10 working age population, 8% in the country, believe that they will never be able to fully retire. Worldwide, about 38% retirees say that you need to start planning by the age of 30 at the latest to maintain your standard of living in retirement. In the UAE, about the same numbers say that one can wait until you are age 41 or older.